Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today, as promised, I was going to show you the follow-up to the two silhouette pictures that I did. And this one here, as you can tell, I've added the Dina Wakley stamps over here and put some of the metallic paints on them. If you can see the shimmer a little bit. And these bird pictures I actually found, hang on a minute, have to dump all my pictures off. I had ordered some new magazines, and one of them was Afar, and I found a ton of these bird pictures in this magazine, and so I cut all of them out, and I'll show you a few of those. If I can get them over here. It was talking all about birds, so I proceeded to cut all of them out. And looking for something to do with them. I don't know if I want to make cards again or what have you. But, okay, so anyway, let me stick them back over here. If I don't, they'll all be in the floor. Okay, so I stuck the birds on there, and in one of my magazines, as I normally do, there was these letters that said, "It's hammer time." So I proceeded to, I put it in on Google. I put the whole slogan, "It's hammer time," in, and said, what words can you make with those letters? And one of them come up was artist. So I said, that's perfect. That's the one I'll choose. And I just love the letters. And I thought it would add a little bit of style to the picture. I love the birds. And I've even added a little bit of copper in with that as well. And here's the second one. And there was this in one of my magazines. I can't remember which one that one was now. It might have been Afar that had the balloon in it. And then someone on another page with some string. So, and then I found this. I don't know if I got this out of Variety magazine or what, but it said Marvelously Creative. And I like the green. I said the green would go with that. I love the words. And then I flicked some pink dots on here like Dina Wakley normally does. I took the Jelly Roll pen around here. And then I took the hashtag from my numbers I bought the other day that I did my cards with. And I think on this one, I had actually done an ampersand. And I like how they both turned out. Okay, so I wanted to do another little collage. This was one of my old tags that I had, and it, it had already had the picture on here. And, I wasn't digging it. It was an old tag. And I thought that I would do a collage on it today. And so, trying to do the effect thing again. You remember the other day I did the thing with the cellophane wrap off the envelope, and I started to do that again today. And then I had found another option, but I may still do this with this. But if I do the next time, I think what I should have done is laid the stems down first, and glued them down and then stuck this over top, which, you know, that is just not the way my brain was thinking that day. So, so then I went ahead and drew me 2 lines down here, and if I can remember which one goes first. Let's see. But I was going to tell you all a little story that happened the other day. I'm not real proud of myself, but I'm going to proceed to tell y'all anyway. Wait a minute, I gotta try to think what I'm doing while I'm telling a little story. But my husband and I have been painting his mom's house. We're painting the granddaughter's room. His daughter just recently moved in with my husband's mother, you know, whom lost her husband, which is my husband's father, last year. And then if you guys remember, in January this year, I lost my mother. Okay. So anyway, we was up there painting, and really I haven't seen his daughter in a while, because usually when I come up there, she's gone. So, wait a minute, trying to think where I'm at with this. I think this goes next. So anyway, she normally weighs like 100 pounds. And when she came in, she had on this really tight, like, jumpsuit. It was black. And I could tell that she was bigger, like 30 pounds bigger. I mean, she's usually a size 0. And when I looked at her, I'm thinking in my head, she looks to be pregnant. And normally, I don't know, more times than not, I will ask my husband something, and he'll say, "Oh yeah, I didn't tell you." And I said, "Well, no, if I asked you, then of course you didn't tell me." But I mean, we're always going through that scenario. So anyway, I'm looking at his daughter and looking at her and thinking, is she pregnant again? I mean, because she looked exactly like she did when she was pregnant 10 years ago. So, you know, we were sitting there aside at his mother's house. I was taking my break from painting. And here it falls out my mouth. Are you pregnant? And, you know, it wasn't something I was real glad about, I said. But hang on, let me back up. This here come out of the Bath and Body Works ad, these flowers. Okay. I'm slightly getting sidetracked. So anyway, she gets up and says, "Well, no, you know, I'm not." And I'm like, "Okay, you know," I said, "I'm so sorry." I said, I'm just so sorry." I said, "I was thinking you was pregnant and your dad didn't tell me." And I said, "And that's happened more times than you know." I said, "I'm so sorry I asked." So anyway, you know, we didn't have much more conversation after that. And But anyway, a couple days had went by, and we was still up there, you know, painting his mom's bedrooms to, well, it was his daughter's bedroom, because the daughter lives with his mom and the granddaughter, so we were painting the granddaughter's bedroom. So anyway, we're up there, and my husband is talking to his daughter on the phone. Now, she's not there. She's at work. But we're there at her house, nonetheless. So, he's talking to her about the granddaughter getting a dog. And I can hear the conversation, you know, bits and pieces about somebody's getting a dog, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting up on the ladder painting, and he's on the floor doing whatever he's doing with the molding, and I can hear the conversation, getting a dog. And I hear him say, sure, and all this, and I'm like, okay, somebody's getting a dog. And so then he gets off the phone, and I said, so who's getting a dog? And he said, Mackenzie. And I said, Mackenzie getting a dog? I said, she lives here. And I said, is that okay with your mom? And he said, no, you're keeping it. I said, what? I said, I'm keeping it. I said, wait a minute, you didn't even ask me. I was just like baffled. I said, wait a minute, you didn't even ask me to keep it. And he said, oh, I just assumed you would. I said, assumed? Oh, I was hot. I was hot. And, I mean, I was ready to about jump off of that ladder on top of his head. And I'm thinking, you volunteered me to watch her dog? And I said, when was, what, on the weekends? And he said, no, till they find a house. I said, what? I said, till they find a house? I said, that's even worse. Now that could be a year from now. I said, did they tell you when they were getting a house? I said, he said, no. And I said, well, what if that's a year from now? And oh, I was so mad. And then, to make matters worse, I go in the living room, and I'm taking a breather. And his mother's sitting in there. And then the daughter comes in with the boyfriend, whom I've never, ever met. It's a new boyfriend. And I've never met. And she asked me again. She said, are you going to watch my dog? And I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I'm like, wait a minute, I just met the boyfriend. She just introduced me to him, and I said, hey, and how you doing? And glad to meet you, and all this. And then, you know, she puts me on the spot again. So, are you gonna watch my dog? And I told her, I said, I don't know how. I can right now. I was telling her, I said, Alicia, my mother just passed away, and I said, I've been on high alert for 5 years. I said, I've not even took a breather for 5 years. I've been trying to look for respite care the whole time that this whole year before she passed away. I've been looking for respite care, and I said, I'm just not in any situation to look after a dog. And then I said, but I said, if I'm keeping it, and if I'm thinking in my head, if y'all don't buy a house for a year, then I've had this dog for a year. And I'm thinking, and Mackenzie, she's 10. I said, how is Mackenzie going to see her dog if I've got it? And I live an hour away. And she didn't have no words. She did not know what to say. And I said, plus, I said, we're going on vacation in September, and I'm thinking in my head, why did my husband even volunteer us knowing we're getting ready to go on vacation in September for a week? And so anyway, I told her no. And, I could tell she didn't like the situation. And I was really put on the spot. And so her and her boyfriend, walked off. I guess they went back out, on a date or whatever. And I'm sitting there with his mom. And so anyway, I'm talking to his mom, and I'm like, I'm just flabbergasted that, and his mom said, she says, I know, I understand, but she's kind of looking at me like that I should have done it. And I said, well, wait a minute. I said, my husband put me on the spot. I said, she just now put me on the spot. I said, I didn't know what to say. And I said, I'm sorry, but I cannot keep the dog. And then I was telling my husband, I said, she was telling me, the mother was telling me that Mackenzie was crying because she couldn't get the dog because, they couldn't have her until they got a house. So, they were thinking about me. And I said, I really don't know. I was telling my husband, I said, I don't know why you volunteered me. And, so then a couple days later, my husband's telling me, I guess his daughter got even madder about the pregnancy question. And then I guess she let her daddy have it over me about the pregnancy question. I guess she was mad because I would not keep the dog. Now she wants to go off me on the pregnancy question. So then my husband, he's at work one day, and we're talking, and he said, my daughter didn't like that you'd ask her about being pregnant. And I said, I said, I know. I said, I'm so sorry. And I said, I will tell her I'm sorry again. I said, next time you talk to her, let me know. And I'll tell her again that I am so sorry. So, actually, she had come in from a date like at 11 o'clock. And he texted her and said, could you, give me a call? And I'm over there asleep. And it's 11 o'clock. And he said, are you awake? And I said, well, yeah, barely. He said, well, she's on the phone. Do you want to talk to her? I said, I suppose. I mean, here I am, had been woken up. So anyway, I was telling her that I was so sorry for that and everything. But after we got off the phone, I told my husband, I says, I think that she was so ticked off over the dog situation that she decided to let me have it about the pregnancy situation. And he says, well, why did you ask her that? I said, I don't know. I said, it was one of those things. I stuck my foot in my mouth. I was thinking that maybe she was, and because it looks like she'd gained about 30 pounds. And I said, I was thinking maybe you didn't tell me or whatever, but she looked exactly like she did when she was pregnant. So I just leaned over and said, are you pregnant again? Just kind of whispered it to her. And he says, well, you shouldn't have asked her, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, why I'm even telling you that story is because the more and more me and my husband conversated, I started making this journal. And this here, that's why I'm leading up to this story. But anyway, this here was the, book. I hope I don't get so sidetracked that I lose my sentence. Okay, this was the book that I was working out of, pulling all the little nursery rhymes out of. And here's the front of it. Okay, so I decided to turn this whole wrapper around. And I thought, I had been telling you guys that I wanted to get one of those Dina Wakley books. But then the more and more I got to looking at this, it's the same size as the Dina Wakley. I thought I'm going to go through and glue every three pages together, since it's the same size, and try to make my own Dina Wakley book. But anyway, so that day, me and my husband were texting back and forth, and he's kind of still in on me. Why did I ask her that question? So I started making this book. So I turned the wrapper around so it'd be white. I stuck my napkin on here, stuck one of the birds, and I said, I'm going to name this book Why, because everything is kind of based around why. I mean, my husband had me so infuriated. So when I was infuriated, I was at home. I came in here and I said, I'm going to start a why book. Why? And I told my husband, wait a minute, let me back up before I show you all this picture. But anyway, I texted him and I said, why do we do anything that we do? Why? Everything's based around why. I was wrong in that I asked her why she was pregnant. But I said the bigger question was, why did you volunteer me to watch her dog? I said, you're just as much in the wrong as I was. He said, I just assumed you would. I said, you know what? I assumed she was pregnant. I said, see there, you assumed, I assumed. And guess what? She assumed I would watch her dog, even though I had just lost my mother. So why would she ask me to watch her dog? That's another why. Everybody is why. Why would she do this? Why would you do that? Why did I do this? And you know, I was so infuriated. I came in here in this book. I grabbed the Dina Wakley picture that I had done. I was so mad. I said, I don't know why I say the shit I say. When you know, let me know. I was so infuriated. So then I made this page and I said, please look over me and forgive me. I'm only human. And I said, for tomorrow, I'll be back to my human ways. That's all I can say. And you know what? I took a picture. He was at work. I took a picture of these 3 pages and shot these 3 pages to him. Shot these 3 pages to him. And once he seen these on text, he shot me back a sad emoji, and he said, I'm sorry. He said, I am sorry. And I said, you know what? We're all human. We are all human. I mean, if any of you got a story that you could tell me that, you know, please share a story with me at a time when, you know, you knew, you know, we all say stupid things. We all say stupid things. A lot of times it drops out of our mouth before, you know, we didn't put as much thought into it as we could have or should have. But, you know, it's not going to be the first time I ever say something stupid, and it's not going to be the last time I say something stupid. But, you know, I thought that's just the way it is. I don't know, and, you know, I told her I don't even know if she'll ever get over it, but, I mean, I did what I was supposed to do. I said, I'm sorry. I can't, you know, I can't say anymore. I can't say anymore. And, you know, all I can ask, you forgive me. And if you forgive me, that's fine. But, so anyway, so I thought, well, I'll just make this book and just go on with life and hope everything works out. And, you know, I just told him, I said, I don't know, I'm not perfect, But anyway, she went ahead. The mother said that his mother, the little girl's grandma, said that she would watch the dog. Which, they all three lived together. The grandmother, the daughter, and the granddaughter. So she said that she would watch the dog. And I'm thinking, now that it's all over and said and done, I bet you they're glad that I said no. Because I told them, I said, how in the world was her daughter supposed to enjoy her dog if I had it? I said, furthermore, she was crying because she wanted the dog to start with. I said, but I would have had it. And I'm an hour away. And I said, I don't get it. I said, what was you going to do if... I'm trying to find a paper towel. What was you going to do if she started crying in the middle of the night saying she just wanted to see her dog? Was you going to run after her? And plus school's starting up and everything. I'm thinking, if you can't watch a dog right now, maybe you shouldn't get a dog right now. And so anyway, I'm trying to do another collage. I had gotten this lady out of here, out of this. It may have come out of the Afar book, but I thought I would add this Lady Liberty head to the lady and make a new Lady Liberty, because we need a new Lady Liberty. Let's see, let me put this one down first. But yeah, if any of you got a story to tell or something, drop me a comment. Let me know, because I told my husband once I sent that text and he said he was sorry and I said I was sorry. He said that, we all forget that we all make mistakes. And I said nobody has any right to even point the picture at another person. I mean, I don't know why anybody does what they do. I mean, I've watched many chats on YouTube, and I see people saying things that I thought they shouldn't have said, but who am I to judge? Now that I think about it, who am I to judge? It sounded inappropriate, but to that person it didn't. And I see people retracting comments on chats all the time where they're saying inappropriate things. But, my husband sent me a thing. He said, you're right. He said, I'm sorry. And I said, maybe, one day we can all laugh over this again. I said, but I know I won't be asking nobody. If they're pregnant again, I won't be doing that. No, I won't. I'll keep my mouth shut. But, and anyway, I was going to try, I think I had told you guys a while back about that P-Touch. That's where I had ran the words off on that P-Touch. And let's see, I don't want to go back to the first page again, but I was working with this one, and I was telling my husband that I wanted some letters that I can, since I don't write that well on something, but I was telling him that, to get me some clear letters that has a clear background with the black letters. But I was going to tell you all about this P-Touch, that I do like it. The one drawback to this, Wait, I don't want to hit vertical. I was trying to do something vertical on this other one, but I was going to show you all. I had wanted to do vertical printing, but I think I was wondering if a lot of you all know that your I also had this Dymo letter tag, and I didn't know if you all knew that your not only the P-Touch, but this will do vertical writing as well. And I was going to show you something, so I'm going to put in Lady Liberty, and it says I had to put it over here. I even printed it out over here how to do the vertical. So I believe you hit font, and I don't think none of y'all can see my thing down here, but anyway, you're going to hit font, you're going to go down to style, and you're going to hit OK. Wait, let me hit style, then I have to go over to, wait a minute, now I'm getting confused. Style, go down to vertical, wait a minute, style, bold, normal, vertical. Okay, I had to hit the side button, go sideways, and then it'll be VRT, vertical. You're going to hit the OK button, and I'm going to print Lady Liberty, but wait a minute, I got to go back to label, font, because I want, okay, so the font is this big, so let me go up here, make the font a little bit bigger. Maybe it's too big. Okay, so I'm going to take the 24 size and say okay. And I'm going to try to do Lady. Let's put New Lady Liberty. New Lady Liberty. And print, and then when you print, it'll come up how many copies, and it says 1. I'm going to hit print again. But I was telling my husband the drawback to this P-Touch is, and then you hit the knife, is that it's far too much, you know, waste up here. And then, see, it's this far apart. And I only put one space, and it's about 1 inch of waste down at the bottom. I said, you know, if they could fix that problem. Because it was way too much waste. But I told my husband they knew what they were doing, because they want you to waste your labels. But wait a minute, let me see if I can do it on this one. So we're going to turn it on. Settings, preview, language, date, contrast, preview. I think, wait, let's go to format. I'm going to go, okay, format, then I'm going to go down to size, styles. So it said style, so I'm going to say okay. And then it says vertical, I'm going to say okay. And I'm going to print Lady Liberty on this one, which this keyboard is not a QWERTY keyboard. It's ABCD, so it takes me a little bit longer. But let's see how this one does. LA. I have to hunt for the letters. Lady. Well, got to back up. Put New Lady Liberty. New. Space, Lady, Y, space, Liberty, B, E, R, T-Y. And print. And that Brother P-Touch over there, it will do a lot. Well, I guess it... Don't tell me I don't even have no... Well, it's out. Let's see if he'll print it one more time. Print. Evidently the tape's out. Well, that was a great demonstration. Let me see if I have another tape for that. How did I have it in there? Let me see. Print. Okay, here we go. But what I was saying, that P-Touch over there will print. Then you hit this thing to cut it. Which this is vertical again, but much less waste. You know, just, I don't know, probably not even quite a half an inch on either end. But the P-Touch will do, well, this one here will too. You could do like little borders, little choo-choo train on each end, and flowers on each end. I mean, this one does a whole lot, but this one, I'm not sure that the Dymo will, but I know this will do like 2 lines, and you can make like Christmas labels. You can even make a label that wraps around like maybe a cable label. You can make it where it's weird. It will be like saying this on one side and backwards on this side. It will be just right once you wrap it around the cable and squeeze it. And what else was it showing? That well, it had, oh gosh, it was like 100 different things. Let's see. I think it had a manual here, like a quick start thing with all these different fonts. And then you had all these different like question marks, a little paintbrush thing. There's Santa Claus, a happy face, a dog paw, a computer, a fork and a knife. And here's the thing where it says it will, you know, wrap around a cable. It will, you know, turn the lettering around where it'll be right. And I've already, you know, you can make, to put on your sugar container, your rosemary, little spice things. Or if you want to put soap, here's like a gas tank in a car. Here's a flower and the flower watering pot. Here's for like New Year's. And it just goes on and on and on. Like here's 20 different frames. And here's looks like 16 more different frames. This is basic number 2. Here's even a paint roller. There's stars, hearts. Frame for your home. There's a wine glass. Here's music, happy faces, plug outlet, all kinds of banners. And then they had for school, all these banners. And if you want to make an appointment, you know, it's got haircut, phone call, flight, another flight, camera appointment, picture appointment, dog appointment, haircut. And here's hobby frames, tools. There's a scissors. Looks like football. It's like someone on a speaker thing. Golfing with a putting hole. And here's holiday, like if you want to make holiday stickers or, you know, to put on your Christmas gifts. It even had those holiday stickers, and it's got 12 different holidays that you can use, but it was, I like it, and I really thought that it was going to do a whole lot more, but like I said, that that is the only drawback that I've encountered thus far, is that it does waste a whole lot of your labels. And but yeah, I think I like it, and I'm going to try it a lot more. And let's get back to the picture. And and I about messed that one up. See, my picture's already shrunk, so it's already, I'm gonna have to cut it. Let me see, I'm gonna have to go ahead and cut it. It's not gonna lay down. Well, I think when I tried to cut it, I just pushed it down, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it anyway, so it don't get in a bind tonight when it dries out. And I about really messed it up when I closed the book. But let me cut this top off. If I thought about it, I could have actually put a border on the top and bottom. But you can see where I've tried to cover up some of this. Tried to paint over it. And then if your thing is really long, you really got to be careful that you don't, I think I'll try to put it there and then try to cut the middle of it. Let's see if the page will fold. Yep, I just about messed that up because one of the tentacle things, like, and I'll probably add some more stuff to it, but I just want to show you that. And anyway, hope you guys have a great weekend. And if you could, share your comments, hit the like button, and hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you could, subscribe. And as always, have a great weekend, and see you tomorrow.